You may start.
How to start?
This button.
Oh.
It's okay. I'll give you back the time. Go ahead.
So, good afternoon, everyone. Today I'm going to talk about music therapy. I just focus on the topic on whether government should promote music therapy in order to improve our living quality. So, I will introduce some background first, and I will talk about the literature review, which I summarized 3 different journals about the point. So I will analyze the argumentative essay about the topic, and finally I will mention the reference which source I used. So when you're feeling stress from your examinations, or when you feel sad from your results that not utilized from the assignment, or when you're feeling stressful from your assignment, so many assignment deadline is upcoming. So someone suggests you that you will listen some music for relaxing. I'm sure you did, at least I did. I will listen some music to make me happier or relax. So when you listen some pleasant music melody or some relaxing melody, you will probably get happier, right? And when you didn't sleep well, before you sleep, you can listen some relaxing music that help you to improve the sleeping quality, right? So, however, music is not so common in Hong Kong because you cannot earn so much money to join the music industry, right? It's so hard for you to earn so much money from it. But you can earn so much money in financial industry or commercial industry to join the business. That's so common that everyone will want to do it. And however, this doesn't mean that music is useless. We can use the music, listen to music to improve our living quality in terms of psychological way, right? And this doesn't mean that music is not useful. We can listen to music that because we always understand. We have so much deadline, like in May or April, right? We have so much assignment to do, and so many Hong Kong workers will under stress because they have hectic working pace that their boss push them to do all the work in one day. This isn't good for their health in terms of psychological ways. So we have to use the music to help us. So I'm interested in the topic that whether government should promote it in order to help our well-being. So that is, what is music therapy? Music therapy is used depends on the scientific evidence, and use music to help us to treat our mental illness or some psychological problem. And we usually compare it to standard care. That we use the standard care when we have headache or diarrhea, some physical problem, and also mental illness like catatonia or euphoria that control our feeling, control our emotion. That seems like standard care is much more better than music therapy, because standard care can treat us in terms of psychological or physical. But that is not really true, because I did it in my literature review. I used 3 different journals to prove that music therapy can be better than standard care. Like Peggy 2014 and his teams to prove that music therapy is much more better from carrying the experiment, which is compare standard care and music therapy. And he used the experiment to prove that this is so precise and accurate. At least so many patients or participants is getting much more better after receiving music therapy. And Matthews and Lyra also proved that music therapy is cheaper than standard care, and music therapy is applicable for every hospital in other countries, including Hong Kong. And I do and I use the point of view and information to do my argumentative essay. Even music is not so common in Hong Kong that we will not join the music industry. That doesn't mean music is not effective. Music therapy is effective for improving our well-being. So because so many countries, including developed country, has developed music therapy for improving their citizen health, like Australia or France or some developed countries like Germany will develop music therapy to do it because they realize some potential advantages from receiving music industry. So I got 3 major reasons why I support that government should promote it, like such as helping citizens to process health and benefit the operations of hospital and add medical data to be evaluated internationally in Hong Kong. So I will explain it first. Like it can help humans to obtain well-being mainly, like including the Croquet experiment, and Lyra also indicate that music therapy is inexpensive as well. We can use it even the family is low income, and some international organization like Europe Music Therapy Confederation that music therapy, some music therapists will exchange their field and research in this organization. If Hong Kong can promote it, then definitely some Hong Kong music therapists can have an opportunity to go to this organization that make Hong Kong to be more, especially Medicaid system or Medicaid domain to be developed internationally. So because time is running out, I don't have time to introduce the counter argument, but there is some potential impacts from music therapy, like when we hear the music all the time, like the treatment will not stop it like a day. We have to receive like a half year. We will hurt our ear, auditory function as well. But it will not, if before we receiving music therapy, we have to get enough consultations and we have to ask the doctor whether I'm suitable to receive music therapy. So if government can implement or regular the music therapy well, we probably will not get hurt from music therapy as well, right? So citizens can improve their living quality from music therapy, and I think government should promote it for the sake of citizen or Hong Kong's development. So even we are poor, we can still receive music therapy as well, and there is no reason to not implement that. So, and this is the reference list. I use total five journal and article, and that's the resources that I use the picture. So this is the end of my presentations. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. All right, so can I have at least 3 questions from each of the evaluators? And if any other audience have any questions for him, please feel free to raise your hand. Evaluators, you must ask at least 1 question. Hurry up, come on. Evaluators. Come on. He has 2 minutes to answer, 2 to 3 minutes to answer questions. What about other students? Feel free to ask questions if you have any. Yes?
I want to ask, do you know some specific example for a good use of music therapy?
Can you say that again?
Do you know some specific examples for the good, excellent use of music therapy?
Like the session or open effort. Like there is some example, like according to Crowley experiment. He used the experiment to introduce the opinion that music therapy can help us, like the songwriting session. The patient will write a song like with the therapist and together, and it probably can help us to express our feeling when we write the song, right? When we listen to the song, we will get the feeling of the songwriter. But we can express the feeling in the song that to express our feeling, right? So that is the one of the mean of music therapy. And the others, like just listen music or to listen the music you like or you're familiar with. That's also the means included in music therapy.
All right.
Why you think the music in Hong Kong is not popular? Because we have many resources like internet or YouTube. We can listen and download many music.
Yeah, we can download many music and all of you will listen music, yeah? But we will not write the music, we will not join the music company to write a song. You cannot see the famous world singer or the promoter in Hong Kong. We just see so many songwriters in Europe or other like country like American or United Kingdom. But just the singer we know in Hong Kong doesn't mean that they are famous, right? But we just listen music is not enough. Cannot promote the music's domains so widely. That's my point of view.
Okay, one more question from the evaluator who is evaluating him.
Do you know how much do I need to pay if I want to have musical therapy?
Personally, I don't know, but I just know generally if hospital need to operate music therapy, need at least $30,000. But music therapy is less than 3,000 at least. That's much cheaper. If patient need to pay for music therapy, probably will not so expensive than standard care. So if you and music therapy is group and a month period. You will not visit like a day, do it a day only. So that's my point.
Okay, any other questions from all the audience?